Alright, kiddies, this was entirely unplanned. I'll have you know right now, I wasn't planning on even broadcasting this game. I figured it'd be a simple game between the perennial last place teams in 1965, which were the Houston Astros and the New York Mets. I've come into a 0-0 game, which is very rare for anybody to play. I don't think hardly anybody's ever talked about it. And it is in the top of the 10th. Warren Spahn was the starting pitcher for the New York Mets. I'll give you the box score real quick here. Warren Spahn was the starting pitcher for the New York Mets. Got thrown out in the 6th inning for that HB right there. He got tossed for retaliation after Turk Farrell hit somebody in about the 4th inning. This has been a tight game all the way around the board. Okay? There have been 2 double plays, and they were done by the Mets. They're done by the Astros, and the Mets performed them. Okay? 4-6-3 and 6-4-3, pretty much. That is the synopsis. Warren Spahn, who was in his last year of baseball entirely, was traded to, or actually was released by the Mets, he was released by the Mets, picked up by the Giants, and he was done after that. Went to the Giants and then hung up the Spurs. So this was his last year of a very, very wonderful career that Warren Spahn had for the Milwaukee Braves, New York Mets, all those teams he played for. He was very old when he did this. Like most pitchers, he's just trying to do the money. More doing it for the money than anything else, I think. So that's what pretty much happened to Warren Spahn. Anyway, here we go. We are in the top 10th inning. Joe Gaines is up. Joe Gaines is old for everything right now, and I'll have to go to Costco to the box score to catch all this. Joe Gaines is 1 for 3 today. Here is the pitch. It's a 31, and he is walked by Dennis Rabant. Dennis Rabant, by the way, is a relief pitcher for the Mets. He has been in 3 2/3 innings, give up 1 hit, 1 strikeout, 1 walk, and this is his first walk he's given up. Due up here is Ron Brandt for the Houston Astros. Like I said, we were in the top of the 10th inning. Don't bother looking backwards to see if there's anything else. I started this at the 10th inning after I realized I had a 0-0 tie. Ron Brandt is our batter up here for the Houston Astros. And he is 2 for 3. He's the only one of the 2 multiple hitters for the entire game for both teams. He had 2 singles. Here is the pitch to Brandt. 52. And he hits into right over to third base. Goes over to Smith. Smith fires over to Klaus. Klaus fires back over to Jones. And it's a 5-4-3 double play here in the top of the 10th inning. That is the 3rd double play by the Mets, or for the Mets, and the 3rd double play that Houston's hit on the ground. Counter bat would be Bob Farrell, but after 9 innings, he is going to be done. We're going to find out who his relief pitcher would have been, because in the actual game for Turk Farrell went 10 innings. I can throw him. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to leave him in then for this one time. We'll see what happens. He actually got into the 11th inning, so we'll leave him in. Cancel this. There is 2 down here in the bottom of the top 10th inning. Here is the pitch. 33. And Farrell is on first. I believe that's his 2nd hit of the game. Bob Lillis is due up for the Houston Astros. Bob Lillis is 1 for 4 so far. So far, only 1 batter has made 3rd base, by the way, and that was Joe Morgan way back in the 1st inning of the game, and he was thrown out at home on a fly ball. Here is the pitch to Morgan, to Lillis. 26, and he flies down deep towards center field. Picking it up is the toy cannon, Jim Wynn, and he makes the grab. It's a 3-out inning. We are in the bottom of the 10th inning for the New York Mets. Batting up would be Chris Cannizzaro, a pinch hitter, and Billy Klaus. Chris Cannizzaro so far this game is 0 for 3. He's currently batting 143. Here is the pitch. It's a 51. And he is walked. Dennis Rabant would be due up, but he's not going to make it. Not this time. We are definitely going to bring in a pinch hitter. Let's see who they had in there for pinch hitters for the Mets. We've got Wally Hickman coming in. We have Svoboda and Napoleon, so I can use any of them. So that's a good play. You know, I got the option on this one here, so I'm going to take a look here. Napoleon, Svoboda, and who was that? Hawk Taylor. Was it? No, it was again. Jim Hickman. Okay. Jim Hickman. Okay. We are going to bring in Jim Hickman to hit for Chris Cannizzaro. We're in the bottom of the 10th inning. Runner is on first. And at this stage, I'll try anything to get this one going. Here we go. Go try hit and run. 44. And he singles out towards right field. Grabbing up is Gaines. Gaines fires back in as they see Canizero heading towards third, and they nail him. There are now one down. Hickman's on first. Canizero got caught trying to run to third base. And we have one down here in the bottom of the 10th inning. Bobby Klaus is our batter. Bobby Klaus right now is batting 125 for the Mets. And this game here, he is 0 for 4. Here is the pitch to Klaus. 64. And he has struck out. Turk Farrell has struck him out. That is Farrell's 5th strikeout of the game. Roy McMillan's due up to bat here. He's the shortstop for the Mets this game. And he is 1 for 4 today. Batting 125. The Mets still had strong hitters in 1965. Here's the pitch. 33. And McMillan hits a single out towards right center field. Heading over that way to grab it is Jimmy Wynn. Jimmy Wynn fires it back in, and he fires towards third. Here comes Hickman, and he is out. Hickman is out trying to chase third. That's the second time this inning. At the end of 10 innings, it is the Houston Astros 0 and the New York Mets 0. Coming up to bat for the Houston Astros will be Joe Morgan, Jimmy Wynn, and Bond. We are in the top of the 11th inning. Hickman is definitely not the pitcher of record. Who's going to be our new pitcher for the Mets? Larry Barrett will be our next pitcher for the Mets, according to the schedule here, so we will let him in. That's why we keep this a little on the fair side. Our ties, as everybody knows. If I have a pitcher that's giving up 5 runs, I'm going to go to pitcher. And in the real game, he pitched a complete game. Not happening. I get choice then. In the long run, it will work out. I know it will. Okay, Barrett is coming in. This is his first time pitching, I believe, for the season. Yes, it is right here because the ERA says nothing. Pitching to Joe Morgan. Joe Morgan has a triple in this game. Otherwise, he's 2 for 4. He has a triple and a base hit. And, get back up there. Here we go. Here is the pitch. It's a 41. And Joe Morgan hits out towards shortstop. McMillan. McMillan fires over to first base. For that, we have one down. Coming to bat is the toy cannon, Jimmy Wynn. Jimmy Wynn right now this season is batting 0-0-0. One of my other seasons, I believe 67, he's doing better than that. Here is the pitch to Wynn. 36, and he hits a weak pop-up heading over towards Bobby Klaus, second base, who easily makes the grab. And we have 2 down here in the top of the 11th inning. Due up here is Walt Bond, a first baseman. Mr. Bond, that's Walt Bond, is 1 for 4, struck out once. And here is the pitch to Bond. 23, and he flies out deep towards right field where Lewis is waiting for it. Johnny Lewis looking to grab it, and he makes the catch down the line. That is 3 away. We're going into the bottom of the 11th inning for the New York Mets. It will be the very same John Lewis. Christopher and Cranepool will be our next 2 batters after that. Turk Farrell has pitched 10 innings. We are going to take him out. He only went another third of an inning. I'm not going to, out of fairness, I'm going to let him wear down. Hal Woodashick will be coming in if he's with the team. I believe he is. Hal Woodashick will be with the team. He's involved in 78 games, had an ERA of 2.25. His last appearance was on the 12th. He gave up 2 runs on 2 hits in 2 innings, including a home run. Has 1 strikeout. Woodashick is coming to the mound to replace Farrell. Here is the pitch. It's an 11. And Johnny Lewis reaches second base on a huge double heading out towards right center field. And he is on second with the double. Joe Christopher's our next batter. Joe Christopher in this game is 1 for 4. By the way, that was Lewis's first hit of the game. He's batting 250. And here is the pitch to Christopher. 36. And he hits a pop-up towards the shortstop. Lewis is going to stay on second base. And bringing it down is Bob Lewis. He makes the grab. 1 away down here in the bottom of the 11th inning of a 0-0 tie game. Due up here is Ed Kranepool, the first baseman for the New York Mets. Ed Krimble for the New York Mets. This game here, he is 1 for 4. He has a double. They're hoping for him to get this game going. Here is the pitch to Kranepool. 14. And he flies out, heading out towards left field. Waiting for it is Jim Beauchamp. Beauchamp waits for it and makes the play. Lewis will stay at second base. Cleon Jones is 1 for 4 today. He is batting .250 now. Here is the pitch to Cleon Jones. 65. And he hits a high foul up over towards the third base side of the ballpark. Waiting for it to come down, though, is our third baseman, Bob Aspromonte. And he makes the grab. It is 3 down. At the end of 11 innings, it is 0. The Astros 0, the Mets 0. Due up in the top. The 12th is Bob Aspromonte, Beauchamp, and Gaines. We're in the 12th. We're in the top of the 12th inning here. Bernarth is still pitching. Aspromonte is the batter. Here is the pitch. 55. And he reaches out towards left center field, slaps one out that way, gets past the shortstop, heading out towards second field. Christopher goes to pick it up, and Aspromonte will be on first with a single. We are in the top 12th inning here. Jim Beauchamp is our batter. He is 0 for 4 today. He is batting .000 for the season so far. They're only in their second and third games this season for all teams. Here's the pitch. 32. And he hits out towards our second baseman, Klaus. Klaus fires at McMillan. McMillan hops over Aspromonte and makes the throw to first for a double play. The 4th one in the game for the New York Mets. We're now 2 down here in the top of the 12th inning. Coming to bat is Joe Gaines. Joe Gaines is 1 for 3. He has walked once. Here is the pitch. It's a 45. And he is walked for the second time this game. Coming to bat is Ron Brand, the catcher. Ron Brand is 2 for 4. If I remember right, he has a double. Nope, 2 for 4, 2 base hits. This is his first game of the season. He is batting .500, so the averages are not really worthy of counting it yet. Here is the pitch to Brand. 51. And he singles out 2. Oh, he singles out towards left field. He hits the base, drops down a real slow roller, and he makes it to first. Gaines on second on the infield hit. Due to bat up is Hal Woodishick, the pitcher. However, we are in the 12th inning. We're going to find a placement for him. We're going to bring in Rusty Staub. Rusty Staub has had a season average of 1967 of 4.12, and he is in here to pinch hit. He was going to have the day off, but that isn't happening. Here is the pitch to Rusty Staub. 63. And he hits a foul fly ball out towards left field. Cleon Jones and Christopher are both running over to grab it. Christopher calls him off and makes the play. It is a 3 outs. We are going to the bottom of the 12th. Due up to bat for the New York Mets is Charlie Smith, Chris Cannizzaro, and a pinch hitter. We are in the bottom of the 12th inning here on a 0-0 tie game. Here is the pitch to Charlie Smith. It is a 32. Nope, he's not the pitcher. Nope, there'll be a new number here being called. Actually, yeah, probably not. Okay, let's see who the next pitcher was for the Houston Astros. Jim Owens. Jim Owens will be pitching for the Astros. Jim Owens got involved in 50 games, had an ERA of 3.30 in 1965. Okay, and here is the pitch. And we'll do that one again. One of the dice flew out. Here we go. It is a 46. And Rusty Staub is struck out. Chris Cannizzaro is due up to bat here. He is 0 for 3. Here's the pitch with a walk. 41. And Chris Cannizzaro slaps it out towards the right side of the infield. Bob Willis scarves up, fires over to Bond for the out. There are 2 down here in the bottom 12th inning. And pitch hitting for Bernarth will be Ron Swoboda. Here is the pitch. 14. And Ron Swoboda hits out towards left field. Waiting for it to come down is Jim Beauchamp. And we have 3 away. We are going into the top of the 13th inning. Due up to bat for the Houston Nationals is Bob Willis, Joe Morgan, and Jimmy Wynn. We will bring another pitcher in for the Mets right now. Hold on. The pitcher coming in will be Galen Cisco, who's normally a starter. And here we go. Galen Cisco will be up to pitch. Here is the pitch to Bob Lillis. He is 1 for 5 today. 62. And here we go. No, he hits it towards first base. Crable's waiting for it and steps on the bag himself. We have one down. Always questionable best. I actually started this game in the 10th inning, Scott, by the way, just so you know, because I wasn't planning on this being a 0-0 game. So I said, heck, let's start it up. Let's go. We're in the top 13th inning here. Coming to bat is Joe Morgan. Joe Morgan has reached on a triple. And here is the pitch. 41. And he hits out towards our shortstop. McMillan fires over first. We have two down. Due up here is the toy cannon, Jimmy Wynn. Everybody's looking to score whatever way they can, so this will be some real weird stuff showing up. Here is the pitch to Jimmy Wynn. A 66. And Jimmy Wynn hits it, heading out towards the right field side of the ballpark. All Lewis can do is just set up, he watches it, he looks at it, and see you later, and give that one to Jimmy Wynn. A home run in the top of the 13th inning. The Astros lead 1-0. Jimmy Wynn with a home run over the right field fence. Breaks his streak of 0-0-0, and he's actually up on the board now. Walt Bond is our batter. Galen Cisco is the pitcher. We have two down here in the top 13th inning. Here is the pitch to Bond. 46. And Cisco strikes out Bond. One batter too late. At the end of 12.5 innings, it is the Houston Astros 1, the New York Mets nothing. Due to bat for the New York Mets is Bobby Klaus, McMillan, and Lewis. We are in the bottom of the 13th inning, guys. Here is the pitch to Klaus. 66. We're not done yet, folks. 32. And he hits one single out towards right field. Gets past our first baseman. Klaus is standing over at first base. And we have one no down in the bottom of the 13th inning. Roy McMillan is due up to bat. Going to see if we can try to bunt this man along a little bit. It's a 34. And he does. Roy McMillan gets a great sacrifice out. He hits out to our first baseman. Fires over to the second base, Joe Morgan, who's had to go make the play. And we have one down on the sacrifice. Count that 3-4 for all you characters keeping score for me. Due up to bat here is Johnny Lewis. Johnny Lewis is 1 for 5. Runners on second base. Here is the pitch. 36. Possible error. And possible error again. There we go. 52. No, and Lewis is a weak pop up to our shortstop, Lewis, and he makes a very easy catch. We have two down. Joe Christopher's our batter. He is 1 for 5. 62. And he is struck out. That is the game, folks. 1-0 Houston over the New York Mets on a 13-inning thriller here at Shea. Give the synopsis for everything as soon as I get done here. I was not planning on this, but that's all right. I didn't mind doing this just for 4 or 5 innings. It just caught me completely off guard, so I don't mind. Everybody pitched brilliantly except for Cisco. Cisco will take the loss on this one here. Jim Owens will be the pitcher of record. Okay. I gotta do this because I got extra stats I can come up with. For our pitchers for the New York Mets, Warren Spahn went 5 1/3 innings. He was tossed in the 6th for throwing a retaliatory hit batter. In the 6th inning, he was tossed. After Turk Farrell matter of fact, after Turk Farrell hit Warren Spahn in the 5th inning, Warren Spahn came back to top the 6th and hit Wynn. So he was tossed. Otherwise, he had given up no runs on 6 hits, struck out 6, walked nobody. Dennis Rabat came in, pitched 4 2/3 innings, played just brilliantly. Gave up 2 hits, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Came out for a pinch hitter. Larry Bernarth came in afterwards, gave 2 innings, gave up only 2 hits. Galen Cisco, the pitcher of record for the losers, gave up 1 run on 1 hit and pitched 1 inning. A home run to Jimmy Wynn in the 13th inning. For the Houston Astros, for the pitcher, Turk Farrell pitched 10 brilliant innings, no runs, 7 hits, walked 1, struck out 5. Hal Wodashek came in, pitched the inning. And then Jim Owens, who got the win, came in, pitched the inning, 1 hit, struck out 2. The Mets played 4 double plays on the Astros, had 4 grounded to double plays. They had the triple by Morgan, and then the home run in the first inning, and the home run by Wynn in the 13th. Otherwise, everything else was singles. Ron Brand, the catcher, went 3 for 5. Joe Morgan went 2 for 6. But Jimmy Wynn got the winning play, and he's now batting 125, which means he's probably 1 for 8. Bob Astromonte had his 2nd error of the season. For the New York Mets, Kranepool and Johnny Lewis both had doubles. They just were different innings. Otherwise, a sacrifice hit by McMillan, and that was it. That is the game, folks. 1-0 Mets on a brilliant game being played by all players. It was fun to do. And anybody who's here, like I said, I started this in the 10th inning, so I do apologize, guys. If I knew it was going to be like this, we would have had a Clip Park special going for 13 innings, as everybody knows how I play. So, okay. Anyway, guys, Al's up on another channel. Is on his channel. If he ever wants to go join him, I thank you, D. Scott Howard, and whoever else showed up to watch the final 3-4 innings of the game. Al's on his channel. He's doing a 77 Red Sox team. I thank everybody who does show up, and anybody who does come in later on, please thumb me up. I don't mind that. Also, comments are always welcome. I thank everybody very much, and I'm going to shut down. I am battling just a hair of a cold here, guys, so I do apologize. Thank you very, very much.